nobody stopping my shine. They try to break me, try to take me out, but I got Jesus on my side.
This is your host, Maria Duenas, with the Entrepreneur Soiree. And today we are super excited to have our amazing and talented friend, Julian Torres, Mariachi Singer. The focus of our show today will be for him to share his childhood dream and how he was able to turn it into a reality not too long ago, right, Julian? But before we get started, I want to acknowledge his charro suit, traditional suit he typically performs in. And I want you to tell us a little bit more about what it symbolizes.
Well, muchísimas gracias por la invitación. Thank you so much.
Yes,
and
my
congratulations
pleasure.
on everything,
Thank
all
you.
your success.
Thank you, Julian.
No, pues ese traje, mira, this suit symbolizes Mexico. They say when you dress as a charro, you're dressing as Mexico. You're representing Mexico. So we have the moño, which was custom built for that special event.
Okay.
El traje de charro, la botonadora, and el sombrero está aquí y listo para todos ustedes.
Y listo to perform.
Yes.
And so everyone gets to, our little surprise at the end of our show, he's going to be singing for us. So don't you go anywhere. So Julian, when was it that you realized you wanted to become a singer, or that you this is what you were going to be doing?
Well, long time ago, as a little kid, when I was born, and as a kid, I would listen to my dad sing all the time. And I thought, oh, well, everyone's supposed to sing. So I would sing. And that's when I knew I loved singing.
Okay.
My mom says that I had a little chair that would go in circles, and I would put discos. We would put the records on Vicente Fernández, Pedrito Fernández, Miguel Aceves Mejia, Jose Alfredo, and just on the chair, just be spinning and singing along. And I think my mom said, okay, he's not getting dizzy and he's singing. So I think he loves to sing.
Okay.
So as a kid, always singing everywhere, singing in church events, singing in carnivals as a soloist. And my dad also singing as a soloist. And one day I saw a group of kids playing mariachi music.
Okay.
And I was like, wow, they're doing that? Okay, cool. I want to be a mariachi.
You're like, I want to be just like that.
I want to be a mariachi. So I told my dad, and my dad was like, all right, I'm happy. Let's do this.
I'm going to show you.
My parents have always instilled our traditions, our music, he's always...
Our culture, absolutely.
Taking us to charrerías, a Pico Rivera.
I love it.
Entonces, todo eso. So I began this whole journey as a mariachi musician. I learned how to play the trumpet as a kid. And
let me interrupt you. Was this all self-taught, or did your parents actually enroll you into a school
at the
music?
beginning was all self-taught at school. When we had music in schools, they had instruments that were lent out to you. So I wanted to play violin, but my school didn't have violins. Okay. So I got the trumpet, and I began through school, but also I went to the mariachi group that I saw.
Okay.
My parents asked them, oh, so what do you do? Where you learn? Mm-hmm. Well, we rehearse every Thursday. Okay. If you want to go down to the house in Long Beach, go. And you'll learn music along with us. And poco a poquito. Huh?
Of course.
So then he told us about that. And then he told us about Jose Hernandez music at music school at the Music and Arts in downtown LA. And there were top of the line mariachi professionals teaching the kids, all the style, the music, the repertoire. So I learned a lot. Since I love singing, I would sing through the hallways, and they had mentioned to us kids, you can't be playing music during the hallways. You can't be singing because there's other classes in session.
Be mindful.
So I kept on singing Julian Torres.
Of course, because he said that does not apply to me. I'm just like that. The rules don't apply.
I know. Entonces, I was singing, and the professor comes out, Laura Sobrino, en paz descanse, and el curita, que es profesor Heriberto Molina, de canto. He's like, who was singing? And then I was like, I turned up and I looked to the sides, and all the kids were pointing at me.
They were like, it was him.
And I was like, oh, it was. Do you play an instrument? I'm like, I'm learning how to play trumpet. Okay, come with me. and they were building a kid group, a show kid group.
Okay.
At that school for concerts and stuff like that. He's like, okay, you're in the group. I mean, you're gonna be
Automatically.
singing. And I was like, whoa.
Wait a minute, I'm
okay.
just singing through the halls right now.
I'm learning. It's like, no, but you sing well, so.
Uh-huh.
So then that catapulted me into the showbiz mariachi concert festivals.
Uh-huh.
Kept on going. After that, began to go independently from that professional group into just performing at restaurants, gigs, and como quien dice,
like the parties,
earning my stripes.
you're all like earning your stripes
Yeah.
at the weddings, the
Sí,
quinceañeras,
claro.
you name it.
Everywhere.
Uh-huh.
And I started off at, well, ya no existe, in City Walk. It used to be a restaurant called Camacho's.
Oh, okay.
So I went to a rehearsal, and the trumpeter that was there, he was like, oh, yeah, you're great, and blah, blah, blah. The owner said, okay, you're in. We start this weekend. I was 14.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So then I was like, as long as he's there,
Uh-huh.
because I don't have much repertoire. I have some
Of
repertoire.
course, but
He's like, but you're good. So I get there. I'm walking in. I'm like, oh my God, I'm at Universal Studios.
you're all like,
Walk
I
and
made
everything.
it. I'm 14.
Right.
Yay.
I'm going to get paid.
Exactly.
And I get there, and then I'm like, okay, well, let's go. And I'm like, well, where's the other trumpet player? Like, no, it's you. And I was like, oh.
You're all like,
Okay, here we go.
Uh-huh.
So from there, 3 years, then moved on to another group, 3 years. Worked at La Fonda.
I used to love that place.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that was a beautiful show all the time, and the folklore dancers and everything. Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
That was Los Camperos' home.
Exactly.
I was part of a group that would sub when they were off on tour. And then went to another kid group in Siete Mares in the Valley.
Everyone knows it's Siete Mares. Like everyone.
Mariachi Los Toros, trumpeter there. Then another 3 years at another just outside gig. So I was, performing
so you were involved.
everywhere.
Like it just didn't matter. Wherever you saw an opportunity that was going to take you to the next step, you were like, I'm there.
As a mariachi musician.
Of course.
And my the one that screamed at me, who is singing? And put me in the showbiz, she would always tell me, you have to do something solo. You have to go solo. You have to go to American Idol. You have to do the voice.
Gosh.
You have to do all these things. Come on, amigo. And I was like, nah, I'm okay. I'm winning money. I'm young.
You're like,
I'm enjoying
good.
it.
I'm good.
So then, unfortunately, she gets sick and she passes. And that ignited me to be like, I'm going to do it for La Maestra.
Like in honor.
To honor her, see where it takes me.
Let's see where it goes.
If it goes somewhere cool, if it doesn't, well, it's there.
And you were just like very relaxed about this whole journey, right? Like you're not persisting. You're just like wherever it may take me.
I was, let's see where it goes. So then I contact one of my friends that's producing shows. And we sat down at a gig. I'm like, hey, why haven't you invited me to sing at one of your shows? It's like,
put him on the spot.
And they're like, what do you mean? She's like, well, I didn't know you were a soloist. I'm like, well, I sing.
Now I am.
I'm like, well, I sing.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but we know you as a great singer in the mariachi world. But we don't know you as a soloist.
Wow. And there's a big difference.
Of course.
Absolutely.
And I was like, well, okay. She's like, okay, let me sit you down. How many followers do you have? I'm like, 20?
Including my mom and my dad.
Exactly. It was all family. Social media to me was just
fun.
like, okay, it's there. And it was just beginning. It's like, no, you have to get followers. You have to perform as a soloist so people know you as a soloist, because no one knows you as a soloist.
Of course.
So then she's like, get some headshots, get social media going, get a website going, get a recording if you can, start posting performances.
More, of course.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, she knows what she's doing. I've seen her productions, and I started. So then I started contacting people. Hey, I want to sing here. I want to blah, blah, blah. Sending emails. Nada. Got my headshots done. Got, the website going. And me learning with the beautiful part of technology.
Of course.
YouTube.
Okay.
And the internet, resources, just reading about it, magazines. How can I approach this?
Of course.
Doing my own research, right?
Of course.
So then she calls me. He's like, hey, I have a performance for you. It's small.
Nice.
It's nothing.
But it's
something you could start posting as, hey, this is a soloist.
This is what I've done.
So I'm like, wow, I don't even have a suit. Well, I got married in this suit.
Okay, your lucky suit.
So my traje, I'm like, you know what? Okay, let's go for it.
You're like, I'm ready to go.
And the sombrero that I have here is my father's sombrero when he would perform when he was, when we were performing as a kid. So this has been with me
for
everywhere.
Quite some time.
Yeah, if you guys see my
lucky
posts.
Charm.
Yes.
Definitely.
My dad is with me.
Beautiful.
Entonces, so then I go on and I tell my parents, my family, hey, I'm going to sing here. And then I start posting about it. And so I get there and I get on stage and I'm just like, I'm home. Back again. Because as a kid, I would perform as a soloist. And, in Parque MacArthur and just festivals, carnivals, little places. Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah, Placita Olvera. Right.
You can't forget that. And,
so it was like, okay, I'm home. I'm doing this. And
so it just felt right. Like it just felt like this is where you should have been a long time ago.
Of course.
You finally arrived.
Mariachi, being a mariachi musician really taught me. Oh, and then I was at a restaurant, it was like a show restaurant, just, taking the crowd in and working with the crowd. So all that experience, because I keep on telling me, man, if I would have started earlier with what I know now.
Of course.
But all those experiences have molded me to now, like the present.
The discipline and the struggles probably.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely.
All of that has taught me how to interact more with people, how to fix my show around the ups and downs, how to move people with the show.
Okay.
So that really has gave me a lot of experience. So now I'm singing, I'm performing, and it starts rolling, right?
Okay. More people are calling.
So people are just, no,
not necessarily. You're all like, no.
A lot of people are liking.
Okay, now we're getting likes and reposts. Got it.
So
okay.
It's like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, the activity's going up.
Yeah, exactly. So then I keep on going. A year into it, I land singing at Teatro Metropolitan in Ciudad de Mexico.
Wow.
So
that's huge, guys. For those of you
in
that
Ciudad
are watching.
de Mexico, it's a pretty big venue.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was there warming up, and my uncle called me from Guadalajara. He's like, just so you know where you're going to sing. No pressure.
No pressure.
But Pedro Infante, Vicente Fernandez, Lola Beltrán, Amalia Mendoza,
that's
all
where
the
they
greats
stood. Yes.
have sung
there. Wow.
So you are stepping on a stage where it's
solid.
pretty, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because como tú dices, I've always been like, okay, I'm focused on the music and just let's do this and
and then finally the opportunity, I'm sure that you were probably thinking would have never happened, it came. And so you were there.
And I'm there.
And you're like, now what?
And it's the first year, and then people are just like, okay, what's next? I'm like,
that's it.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm
here.
I'm rolling with it. Yeah. So I start the whole process of just contacting people again, email. Now
networking, probably reaching out.
Now I have some footage. I have everything. Friends start inviting me. Hey, a great friend, Stephanie Amaro, invited me to be part of her tribute to Rocío Dúrcal.
Oh, nice.
And I was the Juan Gabriel part in the duets.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, this is exciting.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
So then I sing along with her, and it was amazing. Also, a different genre than mariachi.
Of course.
But still Juan Gabriel.
Of course.
So then I sing, and it's amazing. I love it. Then she invites me, because she's co-producing with Plaza de Cultura y Artes again.
Okay.
But now it's going to be a full Juan Gabriel tribute.
Nice.
I'm like, okay, how many songs are we talking about? She's like, well, around 25 songs. And I'm like,
oh, wow.
Okay.
You're like, I got this.
I'm up for the challenge, right?
Yeah.
So I had much respect and love Juan Gabriel, big Juan Gabriel fan. But now that I was diving into the music and seeing how he interacted and seeing how he would dance and how he would still sing and everything, I was like, wow.
And you want to make sure your guests are engaged with you too.
Oh, of course.
Because that's all part of the show, especially for this, performance and music. Yeah, of course.
Entonces, I grew a much bigger respect for Juan Gabriel and what he would do. Then after that, kept on performing other places. Still as a mariachi musician, because we have
Of
to,
course. Yeah.
get that cash going.
We still got bills to pay.
So, well, I kept on going more into performances. I was invited to a promoter contacts me and he's like, "Hey, can you do a show at a casino?" I was like, "Whoa." I'm like, "Who is this guy? Is this he's
legit?
he's trying to,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Of course.
Start doing my research and check it, and he's representing Pedro Fernandez, Paquita la del Barrio, Bronco, like he
So
has
he
all
was
the lineup, right?
Legit, yeah.
So then I contact my friend, and and I tell her, "Hey, since you did the Juan Gabriel thing, would you be able to?" Unfortunately, she wasn't able to do it.
Okay.
So then I was like, "Okay,
So
I have this person here. I'm usually the one to be like, yes, I know people, and I send them to them, and then hey, we connect them." But now I was left with this big show on my hands. I was like, "Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go for it." And I got people together. I got musicians that I thought would be great for it, and we had the show, and that was at Spotlight 29 Casino.
Okay.
And that was another place where I was just like, wow, I'm handling all this stuff. It's posible.
Yeah.
I'm able to do this.
Yeah.
I'm able to take care of the show. I learned a lot. I mean, it wasn't just like, oh, it was perfect.
Of course, I'm sure. It's like you had hiccups in between, I'm sure.
Definitely big hiccups.
And I mean, and definitely because it was your first show that you were actually putting on, and then you were in charge of, putting everything together.
I had done my EP release, and that was just with the band that has been working with me prior to that. And that gave me a little insight,
of course,
to it. But this was a whole other
different ballgame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get charts, you have people, you have dancers, you have everyone, rehearsals, and mis respetos to everyone that produces shows.
Yeah, because I'm sure it's not easy.
I feel you. And then, the whole promotion of it, and then the whole
making sure
you gotta get
people
paid.
show up. Yeah, and you still want to make sure you have an audience to perform in front of.
Entonces, it takes a whole village.
Absolutely.
It does. And you have to rely on your team. And your team is very, very important to have them happy.
Yes.
And because it's not, you are the frontman and you are the person, the talent, but you are also taking care of them.
Yeah.
And you are the boss and you take care of your team first.
Yeah.
Very important.
And that is very true. And I'm happy that you touch on that, because if it wasn't for them, a lot of things wouldn't be possible on your end. Yes,
exactly.
You are the singer, you are the star of the show, but at the end, all those things that no one sees behind is what gets you to where you are.
Exactly. And also all the opportunities to everyone that has, he tenido un ángel.
I'm sure, watching right over you, right? Like,
people have come into my life really helping me out, and like yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for also putting me on a platform and helping me through it.
Absolutely.
It's all about all those connections, and very thankful, because without that, you're gonna struggle more.
Yes, it just makes it easier when people are willing to give you a hand and say, "Hey, like I can go ahead and talk about you over here," or just like make that connection and say, "I know someone that would be perfect for you." Exactly.
Entonces, it's beautiful to feel the love.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Entonces, fast forward to last year. Well, okay. Fast forward, I get called for an interview, for an audition.
Okay.
For Disney.
Okay.
And they call me and like, can you make a small group? We audition you, and we'll see where
this goes.
So I get a small group. I get there, and he loves it, right? And I sing some songs for him. He's like, I'm excited for it. I have some plans for you. And we're gonna have everything. And Disney is Disney, right?
Of course,
Disney World everywhere.
Just drop it.
Carnivals.
Of course. it's endless, the opportunities.
You know, and everything. So then he's like, all right. And then pandemic hits.
Of course.
And shuts everything down. He's like, sorry, unfortunately, because everything. I'm like, oh, it's okay.
I get it. I'm gonna go back. Don't worry.
Yeah, I had a performance with for the Clippers. Did that, and he was excited. Also, shuts it down. Fast forward through the pandemic, I start doing virtual concerts.
Nice. I mean, that
for my sanity.
But you know what? It's funny. I mean, I'm glad you started to do that. But I don't know if you remember, a lot of other artists were doing virtual concerts. It was, and I think at this point they were performing for free. Like you didn't even log in, and that was it. Mm-hmm. Like that was huge.
For me, it was for my sanity.
Of course,
because I was working Tuesday through Sunday music, and then all of a sudden nothing. A lot of people start logging on, and how can we help you? How can we?
They're like with their tequila on the other end. They're all like, "Hey, sing this song for me."
Yeah. And they're like, how can we help you? I'm like, no, you guys being here, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm just practicing.
Yeah, exactly. And my wife would be like, okay, so when are you gonna start? Because I have people in Mexico that want to watch you. I'm like, okay. So this time, and I would start at 6.
So
here. So then over there was like 8,
mm-hmm.
right? So then it's 6, and then I was warming up, putting some more tracks and singing along to it with my little speaker and a little mic. And it was just at the beginning. It was
just very organic, very like casual at home. Yeah. Just like, here you go, guys.
Right. So then 6 turned into 7, turned into 8, turned into 9, turned into 10, to 11. And then my wife would walk in.
I was like, wait a minute.
Hey, you going to sleep or not? I was singing 4 to 5 hours straight. And then that made me realize, I'm like, wait a minute now.
You're like, there's something wrong right here with this picture.
I'm able to sing for 4 to 5 hours. This is great. Okay.
Cool.
Using that platform, I also started thinking, okay, what can I sing? How can I? So I started learning about myself. And also, singing Jose Alfredo Jimenez. It was called Noches de. And I'm trademarking that. That's mine. Noches de. And then it would be whatever artist. Vicente Fernandez. Noches de Luis Miguel.
Okay.
Noches de oldies. I even had an oldies night.
Okay.
And so it was fun. Everyone was happy. People started donating. And then I started learning on how to use my website to interact with all those donations.
Of course.
Well, because of them, I started getting a microphone. I started getting a speaker. I started getting a mixer.
Upgrading your little studio
for them,
of
so
course.
That they could hear it better.
At better quality and everything. Yeah.
And I become my own little engineer / just everything.
All in one, Julian Torres.
So I learned everything and just learning how can I do this and learning experience, learn how to do that. Started doing engineering and all that. So then we start opening up, right? After the lockdown, I get a call back from Disney. Hey, are you still singing? I'm like, yeah, I've
been singing at home.
I haven't seen, because we have an opportunity for you. Are you able to do it? I'm like, yeah. So downtown Disney, it's like, but you have to have your own, music setup. And I only had one speaker, and I knew más o menos cómo hacer everything.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm gonna invest. I'm gonna invest
upgrade.
Upgrade. Okay, and you could do it, and this opportunity, and it's more of the opportunity than the pay.
Of course, yeah.
For what we're used to.
Walk out. Yeah, of
right.
course, yeah.
Pero I said, you know what? Let's go for it. So you have to invest. You have to go into it and just do it. So I think it was kind of like a audition / trial.
Okay.
Because then he comes up to me the second show and he's like, hey, they want you inside of Disneyland. And I was like,
wow.
What?
You're on me?
No way. He's like, yeah, it's going to be something cool. It's going to be for Christmas. And I was like, all right, can I talk about it? He's like, you can't talk about it yet. And then that came out, the Merriest Nights, and they had me singing in on top of the golden horseshoe.
Uh-huh.
And we were singing there, and it was fun. And then that gave me another boost.
Another platform.
Yeah, sure. And it's just like, oh my God, you're singing at Disney. And I'm like, yeah, this is fun. No, I was walking in. It was just like crazy.
Yeah.
I remember there when I'm singing, as a kid going to Disneyland, and Chayanne was the big star in that time. And I'm seeing it right now. There was a stage next to the Golden Horseshoe, and I was just looking at him. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Just like taking you back through your childhood experiences. And
I was
like, and I'm here today.
And now I'm here.
And now I'm here.
It's
wow.
Yeah. So then that happens. They call me, the guy that I helped out for Clippers. Hey, can you do a show at Dodgers? And can you bring your own mariachi? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. So then I go in and we sing, and it was fun, and
you got the crowd going. That's for sure.
They enjoyed it. So then now they invite me to this thing called Viva Los Dodgers.
Okay.
Same thing. Invite me, take a mariachi group, a company. Okay. And I did it. I enjoyed it. People loved it. Then Dodgers go into the National Championship Series, and the same guy called me, hey, can you provide a mariachi to accompany you, but you're going to be inside?
Wow.
And I was just like, what?
Wait a minute. Same
So then I go in, and it's the electric night. They had lost the last game. And I was going in because for high school, I was a part of marching band.
Okay.
Part of the football games and everything. Okay. So I was like, all right, pep rally.
Yeah, like, hey, we got
I know how to do this. Let's get the crowd going. Let's go Dodgers and everything, right?
Of course.
So then I'm there, and then they're like, okay, do you want to sit down? I'm like, nah, we don't sit down.
Yeah, we don't sit down.
At a game, we don't sit down. We're performing, right? And then he's like, okay, we're going to do this, do that. And I start singing the 10 minutes for them, and just everyone just like turns like,
they're
what's
like, who's
going
that?
on?
Yes.
Because mariachi inside, that was first time.
I was going to say, because that's not something you normally see.
Yeah, that was first time there. So people started going crazy. And then a great friend of mine, Sierra, she's like, hey, I know it's upbeat music, because I thought it has to be upbeat music. But I love Volver, Volver.
Oh, of course. I mean, and who doesn't?
And then I was just like, ding.
Got it.
There it is. I'm like, okay. I think I can work it into the set. So then it's 90 seconds, right?
Okay.
Bumps between how they're transitioning. And I only get 90 seconds.
Got it.
So then I go in with the first song, Caliciense.
Of course.
People loved
They're
it.
Like,
but then it just dies out, right? And everyone's like,
what happened?
What? And then the game, right?
Of course.
Then the next one, I do El Rey. Dun, 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 dun. No, pues todos go crazy. Yeah, so I start singing, opening up, and we're winning like, because I think we won that night. We won.
Hey, it's part of the team. You're part of the team.
So we won. We were winning. We were ahead like 7-2, like 2 or something like that. So everyone's just like lit, right? Everyone's having their drinks. Everyone's just enjoying the game. As El Rey. Then all of a sudden, I think it was the final one. And I'm like, the guys are looking at me. Okay, what are we gonna sing? I'm like,
what's next?
Volver, Volver. No, hombre, abrimos. Da, 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 da. Everyone started going crazy, and in the split second, because the beginning goes, Este amor apasionado, right? The beginning.
Yeah, of course.
But no, I only have 90 seconds. It has to go in.
Full force.
So, da, 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 na, 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 na. Y volver. And I start, everyone's like, volver. Todos. Right?
Of course.
Everyone started getting crazy. And then I tell them, no. We're all going to sing together. That was okay.
Yeah.
We're all going to sing together. And I go for it again. Estilo Vicente Fernandez, paz descanse.
Yeah.
And it just becomes lit. And everyone's just like, yeah, high-fiving. And
you changed that whole ambiance right there. Like, win or lose, it just didn't matter.
For me, it was a dream to be able to sing in that kind of platform.
Of course. I mean,
so I was just like absorbing it and just going for it.
Doing your thing. You're like, this is what I was made for.
Yes. Bam. Entonces, I do that. And then they go to another game. the next game, like, are you going with them? I'm like, no, they just invited me for that.
You're all like,
They lost. They lost. And then people are like, you see it? They should have taken you. You're the lucky charm.
You're like, they should have.
I'm like, well, okay. So then
Maybe next time.
that passes by. I keep on, performing here
Doing
and there.
your thing.
And then they contact me the next season, and I start talking with them. Then I did another performance, but then they called me for Mexican Heritage.
Oh, okay.
And they told me, can you sing the national? Because I had told them I could sing the national anthem, and I could sing the Mexican national anthem whenever.
But question, can
just,
you sing the Mexican national anthem without messing up?
Claro
No,
que
okay,
sí.
good job.
Claro que sí.
No.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know, like
That's a
they
big-
be messing that one up like
No, that's
all
a
the
big
time.
one. That's a big one. And that's,
So-
traditionalist.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Absolutely.
So I've been practicing, and I did the national anthem and the Mexican national anthem. But here's the kicker. What a lot of people didn't know is that as a kid playing in the Little League, my mom was involved in this like bajo recursos. How do you say that?
Low income.
Low income program as a kid. And they put my name into like this raffle to go throw the pitch to Dodger Stadium.
Wow.
So I got chosen.
Oh, okay.
So then I was a little leaguer, so I was just like,
You're like,
yeah,
hey.
I know how to do this. I play Little League. This is nothing.
I got this.
Yeah, so I go in as a kid and I throw the first pitch, and my sister was at the mound. My sister was at home base, and I threw it to her. It was an excellent throw
Of course.
for a 7-year-old.
Of course.
And I turned around and I told my mom, like, Ma, because I was singing already. I was like, Ma, algún día voy a cantar aquí.
Wow.
I'm like, one day I'm gonna sing. I'm gonna sing here, right? And my mom always positive. God bless my mom. It's like, sí, mijo, un día vas a cantar aquí.
Yeah.
Un día vas a ver que sí.
Yeah.
So then fast forward, and I get called, and I'm like, I gotta call them, because they had always said, mijo, we want to go see you at Dodger Stadium one day. Can you?
Let us know in advance.
Yeah, so we could get tickets and
course.
everything. So then I call my mom and my parents. I'm like, hey, quiero que vayan. I was just gonna sing the evening show, because the mariachi that has been there with the Joe Kelly jacket,
Of course,
Mariachi
yes.
Garibaldi.
Uh-huh.
They were gonna be there in the morning and the evening, but they were gonna just be in the morning.
Uh-huh.
So then they're like, okay, sí, vamos. I'm like, yeah. She's like, where can I buy the tickets? I'm like, don't worry about it. I got your tickets. But I didn't tell them
For
that I was
what?
gonna sing
Of
the
course,
national
you're
anthem.
Like,
I wasn't telling them.
Yeah.
So then I'm there. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be crazy. And I can't have my family members at any show. I'm a big crybaby. If I see my family there, if I see my parents,
You're like either crying or singing.
No, I ignore them, and I feel
You
bad
have to
sometimes.
just block them out.
If they're sitting there, I move to the side and I sing somewhere else. And I feel like they're just like
eye contact.
like, why are you doing that? We're here.
We're here to support you.
I'm like, no, I can't. I'm a big crybaby, so I can't do that. So then I didn't tell them. I get there. For some crazy reason, they call me like, hey, the group in the morning isn't able to do it. Can you do the morning and nighttime? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm available.
Yeah. So then I sung 2 national anthems twice in a day.
Okay.
And my parents were in the evening. And there's footage of that on my
your
sites.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where then after I'm singing, and obviously I can't see them because
Of
they're
course,
all the
just,
way
like,
over there.
at a distance.
But I know they're there, and I have to block that out of my
Of
mind
course, of
because
course.
that they're there.
Yeah.
Because if not, I'll lose it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I start singing and everything. I sing the national anthem and everything. And in the morning was perfect, pristine. In the evening, cambié una palabra.
Oh,
Una.
man. Uh-huh.
It means the same thing, pero
But it wasn't
for me, in my heart, I'm
of
just like,
course. You're all like, darn it.
oh well. But it was just an amazing day for me.
Experience, yeah.
A day for me, because it's full circle.
Absolutely.
As a kid And knowing that my mom experienced that my dad experienced, hey, they tell us stories like muy de vez en cuando of the struggle,
of course,
of them being immigrants y cruzando,
of course, yeah,
and almost, my mom says that she was tied in a rope trying to cross a river and she almost drowned.
wow.
My father getting caught,
Of course,
here because here and going into jail, like, and I'm like, why don't you tell us these things?
yeah,
I mean, obviously
of
they're trying
course.
to not,
they're trying not to,
tell
put
us
all
about
this
the
pressure
struggle.
as kids, but yeah,
but for me to give them at least a little,
like
something,
it was all worth it for them
yeah.
at the end.
I mean, I'm not saying it's a huge thing, but
No, I mean it
but
is
showing them,
It
hey,
is.
all your hard work. My mom picking me up from the bus station, driving me to the mariachi class, staying there outside, waiting for us till like 8, 9, then bringing me back, and then waking up at 5 in the morning to take me to the bus. I mean, there's so much of
The
a
sacrifices.
sacrifice from our parents.
Yeah.
My dad having to work 2 jobs, not being able to go to all
To
these,
any of these performances,
and
probably.
me as I feel bad for that. Me as a kid, why aren't you there?
Of course.
Other kids' parents
Yeah.
are there, and why are you? And I can't imagine what he
What
felt.
he felt.
They'd be like,
Whoa,
"Hey,
that must
I'm
have
working
been
for it."
devastating for you, so you can go.
Exactly.
And
So
do
then
your thing.
I'm just like very grateful to them, to my sisters. I have 3 sisters. También.
Wow.
It's all for them. It's all for the people, because lo que
Yeah.
Dios me dio,
Yeah, and it's your talent.
it's
and
for
it's
you
your-
guys. It's
Absolutely.
I enjoy
Yeah.
showing my talent,
Yeah.
and I enjoy it. But to see people, and there's certain comments where it's just like, you know what, I needed you today,
Yeah.
and I needed to hear
Yeah.
this song, and you sang it for
Yeah.
me. I'm
Absolutely.
going through some stuff, and you're saying that, and you uplifted me, and
Yeah.
you don't think about that until they tell
Absolutely.
you,
Until you hear it.
and you're
yeah.
like, wow, it's music heals music.
Absolutely. Music is everything. And music is like the universal language for all of us. You know,
Yeah.
all of us can relate to it one way or another. Oh my gosh, that
So-
is no, but that is just a beautiful story. And I'm always encouraging you, as you see, in every single
Sí,
time, like
claro.
you put, I'm like, I show my husband, babe, look at him, hear him. Oh my gosh, Julian was performing. And oh my God, and he's just as excited as I am for you.
Oh,
He's
thank
like,
you.
man, that's so awesome. And
Gracias.
we're cheering for you. We're excited. And it
Gracias.
just, it's an awesome story. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the invite.
Absolutely, but I can't let you go without you serenading all of the
Ah.
viewers. Yes, you didn't think I was gonna bring you and not ask
No,
you.
pues
So
claro,
please,
hay que
please,
cantar.
please. Yes.
Pues hay que cantar la canción Volver, Volver.
Go for it.
¿No?
Yes.
Este amor apasionado anda todo alborotado por volver. Voy camino a la locura y aunque todo me tortura, sé querer. Nos dejamos hace tiempo, pero se llegó el momento de perder. Tú tenías mucha razón, le hago caso al corazón y me muero por volver. Y volver, volver. A tus brazos otra vez. Llegaré hasta donde estés. Yo sé perder. Quiero volver, volver.
And that was amazing, Julian. Thank you so much. And for our viewers, where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram, Julian Torres _oficial. Or you can also go to my website, juliantorresoficial.com.
Awesome. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Gracias.
Glutathione is a big word. It's the body's own master antioxidant. It's a scavenger for free radical, bacteria, and viruses. There are no products in the market with the ingredient Nasset. Nasset increases the production of glutathione that's in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system, elevate sense of well-being, support muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, and liver support. It helps with increased energy and blood sugar regulation. Get your bottle of GSH Plus from www.salvationnutra.com.